I want to see it. You guys want to see it? Medicine stuff? Yeah.
This episode of the Y-Files is brought to you by Delete Me.
Clickbait titles booming. I do not endorse anything in this episode.
The history of medicine goes back to the dawn of mankind, when ancient healers used special herbs to treat illnesses. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, laid the foundation for modern medical practice. Observation, diagnosis, prognosis, and treatment. His work set the stage for centuries of medical progress. In the 19th century, Edward Jenner created a smallpox vaccine, and Louis Pasteur proved microorganisms cause disease.
We have to learn about nursing history in our first semester of nursing school too. Like, who started nursing school? You know, Florence Nightingale, all of that stuff. Like, how did nursing start? You know, like back then, people didn't believe in nursing and stuff. There's only doctors or something. You know, there was no such thing as nurses back then. And then all of a sudden, out comes Nightingale. She was also a mathematician, which is I found really interesting. I'm the only mathematician in my class as well. I thought that was pretty interesting. She created, I think it started out in a church. Nurses started out in a church, and then they expanded into making institutions and stuff for nursing school, nursing students.
The 20th century brought antibiotics,
Hi,
medical imaging, and organ transplants. In the past 400 years,
You say caught a glimpse of the Aztec whistle? Funny to see a bit of the thing. Oh my gosh.
human lifespan has doubled. But something happened to medicine
Watch the
along
lucid
the
dream.
way.
Okay, I'll watch it after this.
It became an industry, a profitable one. President Eisenhower warned...
Profitable one? Wait, don't tell me this is about like businesses taking the cure for themselves, you know, to make money and stuff and not helping people. Is it about some kind of business problem?
against creating a military-industrial complex.
Because
if you make war profitable, you'll always have war. And he was right.
Medicine and chemicals is a pretty strong weapon. Not all weapon has to be like melee or guns and stuff. Sometimes they're chemicals, they're medications. That could hurt people for sure. Didn't English stories start from religious centers? Yeah, they start from like churches and temples and stuff. I think from churches. Religious started somewhere like had to do with religions and stuff. So like churches and stuff. That's where nurses started coming out more. They start from the church. That's where people go to heal and stuff.
For the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist.
So here's a cynical question. If you make illness profitable, will you always have illness? Well, in recent years, trillions have been spent on cancer research and therapies.
Yeah?
Now that's a lot of people getting rich from a disease that's already been cured. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio.
Yeah, human! Thank goodness you're here! It's an emergency! I told you, baby, I didn't know! I swear to Poseidon!
What is going on? Whoa, Gertie sounds angry.
Oh, that's why I called. She was searching the web, and she found out some things about me. Personal things.
Like what?
But...
Why do you have that? That's so creepy. What the heck is this? Is that a naked alien with a wig? Why do you have that? And why is there a talking fish on your screen? What? Doesn't that remind you of the Talking Orange? Wasn't there a content creator called Talking Orange somewhere? I know I saw it somewhere. Wasn't there one somewhere on the internet? I have so many questions. What are all of these? I have so many questions, my guy.
3 marriage licenses.
Okay.
And 2 divorce decrees.
Hi, Jacob.
You're still legally married?
I thought I got that one annulled.
Why is
It
it
was
married?
Vegas. I had a great night at the tables, a few too many martinis. And next thing you know, I'm in the Elvis Chapel with an angelfish named Sheila that I met Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay?
It's a hotel that has a big aquarium.
I know what it is. Get a divorce.
I have so many
already filled out
questions.
the paperwork. But Gertie thinks I've been hiding this from her. I didn't even know all this information was on the web. I'm gonna be swimming on the couch for a week now.
Look, why don't you just use Delete Me?
Oh, I think you just meandered your way right into today's sponsor.
Well, thank goodness it finally
What?
did.
What did I just hear?
Delete Me is a hands-free subscription service working to scrub your
You
personal
said annoying
data
orange?
from the
Yeah,
web.
annoying orange.
Their team of privacy experts removes you from hundreds of data brokers all year long.
What is this?
And in just 7 days, you'll receive a detailed privacy report showing you exactly where your information was
Delete
found
Me?
and removed. Delete Me will wipe the slate clean, removing your personal data like phone numbers, addresses, and more. Plus, their monitoring system ensures that your data stays gone, repeating
Is that
removal
trustable?
as needed, helping
that
you reduce the
trustable?
risks of identity theft, stalking, even harassment. And here's the best
Wait, when was this made? 1 year ago. Isn't the internet changing nowadays or something this year? I hear from people that you have to use like an ID to access some websites or something. Does this really work? Can I trust it? We have all our data. Yeah, can we trust it? Can we use this? Join Delete Me. You can derive medicine from native tribes from around the world through shamans and witch doctors. Yeah, some of them use like herbs and stuff, which is really cool too. And sometimes nowadays there's also a type that you call contemporary medicine. Medicine like things that used to heal, like massages, ASMR heals, ASMR, or music. You know, those are contemporary medicine type of things too. Those exist as well. Pretty cool. There's lots of different kinds of medicine stuff, you know.
part.
Probably
With
none.
Delete Me, you're in control. You can make custom removal requests, tailoring your privacy protection to fit your
New
needs.
York Times.
To start protecting your personal data, go to joindeleteme.com/thewifiles and use code thewifiles to receive 20% off Delete Me US consumer plans.
JoinDeleteMe.com/thewifiles for 20% off?
Yep.
Okay, I gotta sign up before Gertie finds my old semi-aquatic pictures.
Wait, what do you mean semi?
Don't judge, I was
Semi-aqua-
young, I needed the work.
I don't even know what a
what-
semi-aquatic picture
What is that?
I was a model. I started doing a
Oh.
semi-aquatic. You know, I still kept some of my scales covered, but I hit a rut and bills were piling up, and I didn't know what to do. So I
Okay.
ended up doing
Doing what?
That's
I
good
did
to
full
know.
waterless.
Royal Raymond Rife was born in Nebraska in 1888. He was a good student and wanted to be a doctor. Only 16 years old, he was admitted to Johns Hopkins University, one of the best
16 at a university, a medical university. What?
medical institutions in the world. Rife became fascinated by bacteriology and the
bone?
microscopic world, which
Oh,
led him to
bacteria.
optics.
So,
To study
what?
bacteria effectively, he needed to see them clearly. He took a job at Zeiss Works in New York and trained under senior optics engineers. If you know anything about microscopes, telescopes, or cameras, or anything with lenses,
Smart
you've heard
man.
of Zeiss. And Rife wasn't a
16
bookworm
at a
researcher.
university,
He was
what?
hands-on. He built his own equipment, including one of the most powerful microscopes ever made, the universal microscope. In the 1920s, standard microscopes could only magnify objects up to 2,000 times. Rife's could reach 60,000 times magnification.
That's a microscope
He
back
could
in
see
the day.
viruses and bacteria that nobody had ever seen
Wait, what is that? Did he make that?
1,000 times. Rife's could reach 60,000 times magnification. He could see
60,000
viruses and bacteria that nobody had ever
Ew.
seen before.
Hey, those bacteria-looking things. Some of them are in other planets and stuff. Those are aliens.
Rife discovered what he called Bacillus X, or the BX virus.
BX.
He believed cancer wasn't a disease, it was a virus, the BX virus. He wanted to destroy these microorganisms without harming surrounding tissue. Then he made another amazing discovery.
I need to get some
He
snacks.
found that exposing microorganisms to specific
Ew, what is
frequencies
that?
caused them to explode.
It's immediately paralyzed, and it starts disintegrating from within.
Wait, can you cure cancer with that?
All objects have a resonant
Wait, can you cure
frequency.
cancer with
When
that?
exposed to an external force matching this frequency, an object absorbs energy and vibrates more intensely. Parts of the human body have their own frequencies. This is useful in an MRI, which uses frequencies to produce diagnostic images. But it can also be dangerous. If you resonate an object for too long or with too much energy, it can be damaged or destroyed. This is why singers can break a glass by singing the right note.
Did it actually break? Wait, that's real? I thought that's only in
Rife built the
cartoons.
Rife frequency generator, or Rife machine, which emitted specific frequencies to target and destroy specific microorganisms. He called the frequency the mortal oscillatory rate. He found the
Oscillatory
frequencies
rate.
to destroy tuberculosis, typhoid, pneumonia, anthrax.
I thought tuberculosis is uncurable. He found the cure to tuberculosis? Wait, huh?
and more, all without harming healthy tissue.
Now you can see the disintegration of the bacteria going into pieces. This is killing bacteria without harm to the human
Wait, we can cure it this whole time? What the heck? Huh? Then why hasn't anybody cured it?
cell without drugs.
He injected
Without
lab rats
drugs?
with cancer cells, creating golf ball-sized tumors, then used his machine to match the cancer's mortal oscillatory rate. It worked. The lab rats were completely cancer-free. Rife's work attracted interest from other doctors. Dr. Milbank Johnson arranged a study on 16 cancer patients using Rife's machine.
He can cure
In 3
cancer.
months, 14 of the 16 patients were completely cured. Dr.
Completely
Royal
cured.
Raymond Rife discovered the cure for cancer, and it ruined him.
Wait, why did it ruin him? Wait, there's a cure for cancer? What?
Royal Raymond Rife's discovery was a triumph. His clinical trial in 1934 was a huge success.
16 cases were treated at the clinic for many types of malignancy. After 3 months, 14 of these so-called hopeless cases were signed off as clinically cured by the staff of 5
That's a
medical
good thing.
doctors
That's a
and
good
Dr.
thing, right?
Alvin G. Ford, MD, pathologist for the group.
At first, the medical establishment rejected Rife's ideas. The notion that simple radio waves could succeed where radiation and surgery had failed, well, that was nonsense. They figured Rife's funding would dry up and he'd disappear. But that didn't happen. To get financed in medical research, you need support from the pharmaceutical industry. But Rife didn't need big pharma. He was backed by a few private investors, including William Timken, who owned a ball-bearing company.
Hey, it's all ball bearings nowadays.
Wait, huh?
Okay.
Now you prepare that fixer valve with some 3-in-1 oil and gauze pads.
With
Yeah,
the,
I'm gonna need about 10 quarts of antifreeze. What? Fletch?
I know it's Fletch. With no ties to the medical industry,
Wait,
Rife
Chad.
had the
I'm gonna go back a little bit, okay? So he found the cure for cancer, and then what?
Months, 14 of these so-called hopeless cases were signed off as clinically cured by the staff of 5 medical doctors
That should be a good
and Dr.
thing.
Alvin G. Ford, MD, pathologist for the group.
At first, the medical establishment rejected Rife's ideas. The notion that simple radio waves could succeed where radiation and surgery had failed, well, that
Isn't that like chemotherapy? No, chemo is a chemical, is it not? I haven't really learned about that yet, but I think so.
was nonsense. They figured Rife's funding would dry up and he'd disappear. But
Hi,
that didn't
Anthony.
happen. To get financed in medical research, you need support from the pharmaceutical
Medicine
industry.
is research.
But Rife didn't need big pharma. He was backed by a few private investors, including William Timken, who owned a ball-bearing company.
Hey, it's all ball bearings
What's a
nowadays.
ball bearing company?
Okay.
Now you prepare that fixer valve with some 3-in-1 oil and gauze pads.
With
Yeah,
the...
I'm gonna need about 10 quarts of antifreeze. What? Fletch?
I know it's Fletch. With no ties to the medical industry, Rife had the freedom to research whatever and however he wanted.
Wait, so he's only
Doctors
16?
around the country figured
Wait, are you telling me a 16-year-old found the cure to cancer? No, I don't think he was 16. It was after he joined the medical university, right? Then he'll be like in his 20s or something now? Or during this time? When he found the cure? I think.
if this Rife guy wasn't going away, they might as well look at his work. Rife used his machine more than 400 times on animal tumors. It worked every time, forcing even the most hardened skeptics to take notice. And there was no bigger skeptic than Morris Fishbein.
Who's Morris? Who's Morris? Who are you? What'd you do? You're a bad guy? What's with this music?
Fishbein, head of the American Medical Association, was known...
He looks like Lex Luthor. He looks so creepy. He's a bad guy. Lex Luthor. Hold on. Wait, his smile is so creepy. Look. He looks so creepy. Look at his smile. That's so creepy. I don't know, Jack. Sometimes when you just look at someone, you can just tell their vibe right away. I don't know. He's kind of creepy. You know, kind of like a clown. The clown smiles at you, but it's actually a bad person. You know what I mean? Like in the movie It. You know, like like evil clowns kind of horror stuff. You know.
Fishbein, head of the American Medical Association...
And he's a doctor. Is he a doctor? He's a doctor, right? Head of the American Medical Association. He looks like Lex Luthor.
...was known to be very aggressive.
Not
Some
because he's
critics
bald.
called him the medical Mussolini.
Okay, maybe because he's bald.
At first,
Yeah, the
Fishbein offered
Pennywise
to buy
smile.
Rife out. But when Rife said no, Fishbein's attitude changed. Rife kept working, but progress became increasingly difficult. Mysterious people started showing up at his lab. Some offered bribes.
Mysterious people started showing at his lab and there's bribes and stuff. Imagine if he said no. Curing cancer? You can make millions out of that, can't you? Business can make millions out of that. Out of that knowledge. Knowledge is power, guys. But imagine if he said no to his businesses. And when money comes into play, and you're up against somebody who's very mean, what do you think will happen?
And others made threats. Other doctors had success using Rife's technology, but were pressured by the AMA to stop or lose their licenses.
Vigilant against quackery is Dr. Morris Fishbein.
There is no serum, drug, or combination of drugs that we know that will definitely
Imagine that pharmacies use drugs to heal people, and now he found a way to cure cancer without using drugs. How would they feel?
cure cancer.
Any doctor caught using a Rife machine was harassed and worse. Fishbein then launched a campaign of character assassination against Rife.
Character assassination. Beware the cancer quack. A reputable physician does not promise a cure, demand advance payment. So if you can't beat someone, you can't get what you want. You try to talk bad about them, so people don't believe in him. Oh, that is. Oh my god, this is okay. This is when business people, corporate business people, come into play. It's all about the money. All about it.
Articles appeared in medical journals and newspapers
Hello, Donito.
calling Rife a quack
Hi.
and a charlatan. Rife's lab was vandalized, his equipment destroyed, and his
Yeah,
research
evil
disappeared.
Corpa.
His life was unraveling.
Wait, something about his life? Hold on, he died? Don't tell me they killed him. There's no way.
Articles appeared in medical journals and newspapers calling Rife a quack and a charlatan. Rife's lab was vandalized. His
For curing cancer, and they did that to him? I mean, if you're in a corporate, he kind of don't. Curing cancer is a big thing. Imagine you can't make money anymore because he actually found the cure. They're not gonna be too happy about it. They know you gotta take out the competition, right? Right.
his equipment destroyed, and his research disappeared. His life was unraveling. The final blow came in 1939. Fishbein offered one of Reif's investors legal assistance in an attempt
He's
to
so
steal the
creepy
company.
looking. I can't. Does he have the Pennywise smile? Doesn't he? Pennywise the clown? He's so creepy. Why did they make him so... Is that really what he looks like? Is this photoshopped? Why does he look so creepy?
From Reif and other investors.
What is this? He's... Why does he look like that? Why do you look... Oh, what is that? His eyes... What? Why is
Reif
he bald?
spent years fighting lawsuits.
I have so many questions.
He went bankrupt, and the AMA stopped his work from proceeding. Royal Raymond Reif...
You said he looks like an illegal medicine and made a deal with demons. Yeah, it looks so creepy, right? Looks like he's kind of high, too. He was looking at the sky and stuff. He's kind of creepy.
quietly retired. Broken, he turned to alcohol.
He turned to alcohol. The guy that tried to cure cancer turned to alcohol. That must be a lot of pressure on him. Paparazzis, people saying bad stuff about him online, getting bullied, getting harassed, getting bribed. And nobody really... These companies don't really care about him, you know, as a person, as a human being. And nobody knows about the cure either. They're trying to hide it so that they can make money from selling medicine stuff instead of, like, using his knowledge, you know? Wait, don't tell me they're gonna, like, delete him from life. Don't tell me. It's Batman. Yeah, the Batman. He looks like Lex Luthor.
About 20 years later, renewed interest in Reif's technology led John Crane and John Marsh to convince him to build a new machine. Reif agreed, but the business didn't last long. In 1960, their labs were raided without a warrant. All equipment and records were
Rated without a warrant? What does that mean? Like, what's the thing that streamers go through? There's something that's like SWAT team? Swatted? Is that what it means? Dang, these people are ruthless.
seized.
Bullies.
Reif stayed out of court,
Actual
but his partners
bullies.
were charged with medical fraud. Even though 14 patients testified they were cured by the
Yeah, isn't that illegal? Raiding without a warrant? But after that, after destroying the place, they would just run away though, wouldn't it? So how would you catch them?
Reif machine, Crane and Marsh were sentenced to 3 years in prison. Oh, by the
Wait, don't tell me he's sentenced to prison. Who's sentenced to prison?
fraud. Even though 14 patients testified they were cured by the Reif machine, Crane and Marsh were sentenced to 3 years in prison. Oh, by the way, the forewoman of the jury was an AMA doctor.
Oh, come.
That makes me so mad. Wait, who went to jail again? Hold on, I just gotta make sure. I'm sorry. Wait, what?
In 1960, their labs were raided without a warrant. All equipment and records were seized. Reif stayed out of court, but his partners were charged with medical fraud. Even
So they couldn't touch him. They go after people near him. So his coworkers or something were something judged. They went to court and they said they were sentenced with fraud. What's the word I'm looking for? They were deemed with fraud. They were classified as fraud, and so even though the patients said that they were cured, they still went to jail.
Even though 14 patients testified they were cured by the Reif machine, Crane and Marsh were sentenced to 3 years in prison. Oh, by the way, the forewoman of the
3 years in
jury
prison.
was an AMA doctor.
Oh, come on.
And the jury was a doctor. Don't trust doctors, guys. Not every doctor is good either. So just question everything. Even nurses. Just because people work in healthcare doesn't mean they're good people too. So, you know, it depends on the situation. Depends on the person as well. Just question everything. Be careful. Protect yourselves.
Reif was again labeled a liar and a quack and reduced to poverty and despair.
Poverty and despair.
Many of Reif's
He
associates
went through
faced
depression.
tragedies. Dr. Milbank Johnson died in 1944, poisoned, and all his
Imagine being an introvert and non-confrontational, and you're going up against bullies that are so aggressive and confrontational. I don't know, like, I understand, like, he went into depression, despair, and stuff, and alcohol. Like, I feel so bad for him. Greed won over reason, yeah. Don't you guys feel bad for him?
research
I
disappeared.
feel so bad for him.
Burnett Labs in New Jersey, building Rife
Who
machines to
disappeared?
treat cancer,
Who
made
disappeared?
doctor.
Oh, come on.
Who
Rife
disappeared?
was again labeled a liar and a quack and reduced to poverty and despair.
They reduced to poverty.
Many of Rife's associates faced tragedies. Dr. Milbank Johnson died in 1944, poisoned, and all
His friends that know him, Dr. Johnson was one of his friends, dies after a brief illness due to poison. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? So they're going out of the way to not only ruin his life, but to keep him there. To keep him afraid. Because they're going after his friends and his co-workers. His friend just got killed by poison. What? What?
his research disappeared.
Research disappeared.
Burnett Labs in New Jersey, building Rife machines to treat
Research disappeared. If you're a smart person, you create some kind of invention, don't tell people about it. Or something, I don't know, like, not just business, but sometimes government can come after you too. So government, at the end of the day, is also a type of business, I think. Is it not? Even hospitals and healthcare, at the end of the day, the hospital is still just a business, you know? So we could have a cure for cancer, yeah, but human greed won today, many people die. Yes, exactly. This is what it says in the video. Discredit, then cut up loose ends that lead back to his original research.